Have you ever noticed this about yourself where you know what you want? I mean, you have decided, you have that clarity, you've seen the vision, you know what you're capable of. Maybe you've gone to that seminar and truly taken the time to figure out your why, figure out what it is that you want for yourself, for your future. Or is it like the beginning of the year? Had that epiphany, okay, this is what this year is going to be for me, this is what I'm going to do, how everything's going to flow. Now I'm going to say this word very intentional, but you're not actually engaging with it on a daily. You're not doing the thing that is required. The vision has now become something that you thought about once, but not something that you are living with. And that right here is why you drift. Why we wonder, we then circle back another year and be like, man, gosh, nothing really happened. Ooh, I put that thing down and what? And that's why later on in this video, I want to show like three things that if we that can change that completely. Like the whole idea of, oh, I had this thing down, but nothing's actually changing, nothing's actually happening. Because the thing is, we capable people, we don't lack that clarity. Because in most cases, we have really spent the time to desire it, to even like see ourselves in it, like done all those things that one time, and that was it. So the clarity is not a problem. It's a lack of the continuous engagement that is the issue. Because the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and like what's real and not. So that part of really like getting that vision, like collapsing time, is where that daily rehearsal is so vital because your vision becomes something, right? That it becomes something that you thought about once and not something that you're living on a daily. That's what happens when we don't do anything. And when you stop engaging with it, when you stop doing the thing that, like I said, collapse the time that actually starts making that become truly who we are, something else gonna take its place. Life's gonna life. Demand's gonna be there. Other things are just going to occupy it. And then we wonder, like, what's going on? I'm here at this event again. I'm still desiring the same thing and still nothing's happening. I'm being distracted by work demands or this thing or whatever. Paying more attention to that. Because what happens is that the brain will only respond to what's possible. I mean, it doesn't, excuse me, it does not respond to what's possible, the vision that we're desiring, the things that we're wanting, all those things. It does not. It responds to what is repeated. It responds to what we are doing, what we're reinforcing, how things are flowing. That's what our brain is, that's what's gonna like show, and that's what's going to be ingrained and locked in. So the key thing is that again, our brain doesn't know the difference, like I said earlier, between what's real and what's not. It just so locked in what is vividly repeated, what it is like looking at on what's happening, how if it's like the stress that's happening, like okay, yeah, so we're very stressful, or like whatever that is, that's what's gonna keep showing up. That's what's gonna keep happening for us if we do not do anything about. So whatever you are like you're consistently exposed to, especially into your mind, whatever that is happening there becomes your baseline, becomes like, you know what, this is now our default mode network. This is how we operate. This is what is showing up for us, and this is how we do things. Because the vision and the desires and all that, it's not. It's not there. It's not because we're not reinforcing it on the repeat. Whatever is showing up for us is our base. That becomes our base. So if you don't consciously rehearse your vision, if you're not seeing that thing and like really like working on that, life's gonna life. You'll be rehearsing whatever is showing up in your life right now. And it will be something else for you. It could be other people's demands of you. It could be I don't know, lies or like family, the situation, financial, whatever stresses that are out there, whatever doubts, that's what's going to be rehearsed. That's what's going to be repeated instead of the vision that we want for self, instead of the things that we want to make happen for us. We're wanting this, but we're not revisiting it. We're not touch basing. We're not like thinking about it. We're not flowing with it. So this is going to take power and consume us and just life, right? So if we don't direct our mind, if we don't focus on the thing that we want, we're going to default to whatever survival is for us, whatever our baseline is. That's what we're going to default to. If we do not do the thing that we say that we want, we'll be reinforcing the base, and that's different for each and every one of us. So if it is stress, that stress is going to become louder because that's what you're reinforcing every time. That's what's flowing. That's what's happening. Is it doubt? Oof, that doubt is going to become believable. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I guess this is true. People like me don't do this. I guess I don't like whatever. Oh, I have to sort this out. It becomes more of because that's what we are. Our energy and focus is going on. We get more of that, and then here, the vision we want, option. It's just there. Yeah, once a year thing. We think about it later. And the demands of life is just there, capturing our attention, like doing our thing. And this is for me one of like the huge things to remember. I just gotta remind myself is like our brain truly wants to keep us safe. Our brains are taken from our ancestors that were in this place of fight or flight, of like, so it's like energy conservation is so key. So anything that would just be not a normal base or not a normal way of life becomes like a we need to fight here, we just fight like whatever that is for us. So having that understanding that we have to consciously be minded, refocusing like on that desire. If not, the brain only do what it's good at. Just we're focusing on what we're like what is our normal, you know? So these three things, they're not just random tips that I want to share. It is a system that can be expressed in three ways. So kind of like figure out which one suits you. And if you combine them even better, we can be doing it on the daily. And we can like fit them into whatever suits our day, even if it's not like it has to be in the morning or it has to be like what gonna say what rocks your boat. Like whatever flows that would like engage in ourselves is the key thing is understanding what it is and how to use it. So because sometimes we can get it wrong. A lot of people can get this thing wrong in this way. They think it's all about, oh, we have to be motivated. We have to like be like on there to really get the stuff in. No, no, no. Mm-mm. It's not about being motivated to make sure we're reinforcing that which we want. It's all about the mental rehearsal. That's 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 it. That's the key. And there are three ways that I want to help us anchor that daily. where we can start having those mental rehearsals that can then support us on the daily, right? Because that's where we can then start anchoring that which we want. And the first activation or the first way we can do it is to speak it. And it's not speaking it from your head, like saying it like, yeah, I want to, like think it. No, 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 no. You have to say it out loud. There's some power in when you hear your own voice carries more conviction than your thoughts. The thoughts is like, it can help you like just like a pattern interrupt. But when you are saying when you say it and you hear it, it has that level of conviction that starts to be like, okay, you get to pay attention to this. And when you say it and then you hear it, especially if it's in your own voice, when that's the case, when you hear it, just somewhere lands differently. Hearing your own saying it. And there are various ways one could say this thing. And we know, like it's what distracted by a whole the various ways we can say this. And it could be like this is who I am, this is how I move, and this is what I'm building. I am, you know, having those present tense words, not, oh, I want this would like it has happened. So when we're saying it from that land, from that way of like, this is who I am. I am radiant, gracious, magnetic. Like, yep, yes, yes, yes. When you say it, I am powerful, strong, valued, trusted, and I move majestically. I move with ease and flow. This is how I'm building this dynasty, this empire of like speaking it and even like making emphasis of a certain word also carries that power and conviction. I'm confident. You can feel it like I'm better. It lands differently because you're saying it. And then when we're now saying this thing and say it in like an element of not just like I am calm, I'm this, and I'm like whatever that is. When we're speaking this thing and speaking it with such conviction and flow, it hits differently. The power of it, it works then with when we see it. So this is another way as well we can like at the end I'll figure out I can share how we can combine and mix all these three. So speaking it out loud is like the first way we can do this on a daily. Second way we can do this is seeing it. Like seeing it, you know, not in a, like a fluffy visualization way of like, yeah, nice. Okay, yeah. No, 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 no. We're not just we're not just seeing the win of oh we made it happen, we've gotten a thing. We're seeing us in there. We're seeing us in the process. We're seeing us taking the turns, doing the thing that is required to get to that which we want. We're seeing us figuring it out. We're seeing us handling the pressure, showing up, even when it feels uncomfortable. We're seeing things like that. We're seeing where, oh, us collecting the nose or things not landing and like, oh, it's okay. And then how we're dancing till we get to that point. And then we're even seeing ourselves after we've gotten the thing we want and how that is now showing up in our life after getting that. So we're seeing it we how we're doing like the struggle, the pressure, the this, the wins, and like this breakthrough and that happened, and then we've gotten a thing, and after we've gotten it, we're seeing that too, how life is with that thing. So for instance, if it's like a car you're like envisioning of having and stuff like that, and then now you've gotten that car, and now you're like, no, we're changing the rims, the deco here, we're like all this we're changing up the seat covers and the car rim or put it we're seeing that. We're seeing all the juiciness. Or is it like seeing yourself in this figure, you've lost all the weight, and then now you're like seeing yourself going dress shopping and like all the shoes and like really going for like a makeover and yeah, you're seeing beyond. Imagine taking the time every single day to see that, to really take the time to bring it to life. Because if you only see outcome, what you want, you wouldn't recognize yourself in that process. You're just saying, yeah, I've gotten the car. I'm now that weight. How how did you get there? What happened? How? We get to be able to see ourselves through the whole 9 yard. And we don't just imagine the success or visualize the like the thing we want, we're also recognizing ourselves inside it. We're recognizing how, we're the becoming of us, the growth, the flow, and how things are. We are seeing that too. So, this is another way we can do this on a daily. Another way we can truly start anchoring in the vision, the desire that we want for ourselves. Now, the third way, and after we thought the third way, we'll share how we can combine them and then what we can start doing to reinforce it. So the third way now is to move with it. Move it. And what I mean by that is this is where we it becomes real, right? And so throughout the day, we're checking in. We're like reinforcing, we're just checking like maybe setting an alarm maybe every hour, or if you're a 9 to 5, maybe during breaks or set time, or if you have like pockets of work. Like for me, I could do a job in afternoon, evening, like lunch, evening, 2 or 3, whatever. So before I go into a job or after, I would like set the time in and just ask myself, who am I being right now? To anchor me back to that vision of myself. Am I aligned? Am I doing, or am I just reacting to life? So this is where we move with it. We're checking it with ourselves. We either reinforcing it. Am I being this right now? Or just anchoring it in and like, yes, this is what I'm doing. Or just what's the deal? Like a mini like anchoring throughout the day of what is showing up. Like question, you can even put in phrases and questions like, how am I speaking? And depending on what it is your vision is or your desire is, how would that person speak? How would that person walk? How would that person be responsible? Respond, like all those things start anchoring out through the day. We're moving and we're doing a thing, so this will then start helping us because remember, where our focus goes, our energy flows. So we don't want to wait for them. We want to start practicing them in real time. We want to start moving with those things. Because when I started doing this, it wasn't clean. It wasn't like, oh yeah, great. In most cases, it wasn't kind of like, uh, what's the word? Didn't 100% believe in it. Like, okay, this is possible. But I was doing the thing And I guess my situation is clear, but if you have that clarity, then this will be different because when I started doing it, again, it wasn't consistent. And but I kept returning to it and I kept doing it. And then when I started making sure that I was doing this on a daily, it was a daily thing. Wow. Because it's not that they don't like it like instantly work. Like having that, okay, this is what's going on. Like, oh yeah, whatever you're doing, like it's just gonna be like, yeah, vision here, whatever that is. No, what it is, you will start catching yourself faster. You will start doing things and start being aligned to people that would bring you to the desires you want. You hear someone that is like talking about a thing, it's oh yeah, and then you like connection starts happening and this starts have flow, ideas will start flowing because of all this anchoring that's happening. So whatever you are, a morning person, a night person, slot it in whatever works for you. Is it like I wake up, with a smile and then I say that which my vision, like making it. And when I'm saying it with movement, with music, with like the conviction of the tonality of the voice and with the flow and the whole 9 yards of saying it, gosh, it feels stronger. So saying it can be added with even if it's like um trampolining and then you're saying it out loud, right? And what could even happen is while we're trying to move with it, we can actually set the alarm as we're moving and anchoring ourselves with those questions. We can also put a section of embody it, see it. So now I'm saying it, I'm bouncing. So I've moved it like acting, putting the time in and then bouncing on and like, yes, okay, this is it. So it can become like part of the morning routine. It could be part of like an anchoring process. When I leave a room, I'll ask myself this to make sure that I'm still aligned, I'm still focused, I'm doing my bit, I'm doing my thing. There is so many ways. It could be, you know what, this week I'm just focusing on just saying out loud. Next one, I can do like how to like anchoring it in, move it in. And if you want to go further faster, plug all three in. Mix, push, match, like do whatever. But the key thing is pick the one that suits you and start doing it on a daily. Start doing it on a daily. Because the world will give you something to focus on if you don't choose your own. All those other things, all those other demands, they'll give you. It will tell you this is what it is. But you get to decide. You already had that clarity in the idea. You already know what it is that you want. So now let's start making this part of our day. What is that going to look like for you? Is it going to be a morning thing? Is it going to be a thing before you go to bed? Just say to yourself so you have some lovely dreams about it. Is it going to be like part of your morning to just see the vision, see how the struggle and you breaking through and winning the thing and like smashing whatever's coming your way and like you're anchored and keeping on going? What's that for you? What are you going to be choosing to do on a daily so that that which you desire becomes center front and it is something that we get to do every single day. And then before you know it, our desires are just become better, faster, and it's just like who we are. So here's the deal. So instead of just knowing what you want, we start rehearsing it. We start speaking it. We start saying it, and we start moving with it on the daily because the version of you are becoming isn't built in the knowing. It's built in the repetition, in the rehearsal. in the acknowledgement of it. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Your voice matters, and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.